Hey, what's going on, YouTube? Thank you for coming back to another episode of Scattered Brilliancy. My name is Travis, and I'm here to do a review for Married at First Sight, Season 7, Episode 8. First of all, let's go ahead and give myself a round of applause for getting 9 videos straight. I made it, y'all. So far, I haven't thrown in the towel yet. I'm close. I'm very close. You want to know a fun fact? We watch the show, obviously, at night, but we watch the show when we're in bed. So when it's time to come do this review, I just go and pull out a shirt just to put on. This shirt ain't even all the way buttoned. I got 4 buttons buttoned on this shirt right now. I'm sitting here looking like Winnie the Pooh. Shirt on, no bottoms. Just a fun fact for you all. All right, so the episode wasn't boring, but wasn't anything exciting anyway. You know how we do. So the general thing that happened was the guys all met with Pastor Cal at some Mexican restaurant, and the main topic of their discussion was he was just checking in on them, seeing how things are going, and he also had all of them to rate their spouses. So these are the ratings. He wanted them to rate their wives on a scale from 1 to 10 as to how she is as a wife. So Bobby went first. Bobby rated Danielle a 10. He said he married a 10. She acts like a 10. The best experience of his life. That's what Bobby said. Dave rated his wife a 7.5. Note on the 0.5. He says the reason for the 0.5, the 7.5, is that her stress level has caused tension, and the stress stuff that he's talking about is everything related to her insecurities from last week. And Tristan gave Mia an 8. He says she has all the ingredients, but they're just working on putting them together. I guess it's like he has the ingredients for the cake, but she doesn't have the correct measurements. A dash of sociopath, a dash of narcissist. It's like a little dash of everything, but you don't have the right amounts to make, whatever it is you're trying to make. So let's start with Babel. Let me just say this about Babel. Babel, I feel like, is the poster couple for what Married at First Sight I think is supposed to be. It's no drama, easygoing. They're not like ooh, we love them. They're definitely not like ooh, we hate them, at least not for me. I feel like they give the show balance. They're right there in the middle, very even keeled. Like it's good that we had Babel on this show, because if it was just Danber and Tremia, we will really be like, oh my gosh. So shout out to Babel for helping to keep things on a level playing field for the show. So when he gets home, Danielle asks him how guys' night went. How guys' night? My words are all over the place. How guys' night was. He tells her that he rated her a 10. That makes her feel all butterfly inside, because she says she will rate him as a 10 as well. They both are in love with each other somehow or another, but they're not going to tell the other because it's only 3 weeks in. And they're just trying to stay on the same page. So, good for them for being on the same page of knowing that that's not something that you really want to say. But I don't think either of them really realize that you're probably not in love in 3 weeks. I mean, I don't know. I don't study the human brain, but I just don't believe that people fall in love in 3 weeks. It's just, when I was a teenager, I used to do that kind of stuff, like 13, like first year of teenager-ish. Like, I would fall in love that quick and be like, we got together on a Tuesday and I love you Tuesday afternoon. Like, that's how it was when I was a teenager, not when I got in my 20s. Nothing else really happened with them. She cooked him some pork. She said she wasn't really sure how to tell if pork was done. She said something about fixing it medium rare, and that's a problem. I paid attention to see if I saw any seasonings, and I think the only thing I saw was pepper. She tried on some lingerie to go to bed in. they're so boring, but it's so good for the show, you know. She picked out he gave her advice on the lingerie that he thought she should wear, and she wore it to bed, and with her lashes and her eyebrows still drawn on. All right, so moving on to Dan Burr. So they're picking out furniture, and Amber asks him, you know, how the night went, and he tells them that Pastor Cal had them do the ratings, and he had to inform Amber that he rated her a 7.5, and she is appalled that he rated her a 7.5. Really? A 7.5? Like, you could just see everything just go, like, for her. You could tell, like, all her juices just drained right back out. That sounded kind of nasty. But that's not a good rating in her eyes. Now she feels like she's a bad wife. And she asks, what do I have to do to be a 10? And then Dave told her that Bobby rated Danielle a 10. It's like, Dave, you already know your wife is insecure. Why would you tell her what another husband rated his wife? Why would you do that? And especially the fact that he rated her a 10. Ain't nobody a 10. Nobody is a 10. 10 is perfect. There is no such thing as a perfect spouse. Dave and what are their names? Babel, they're still like, ooh, da 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 da. They're still there. Y'all know what that is. They're still there. So why would you even tell her? So she was like, well, Danielle got a 10. Like, what do I got to do to get it? What do I have to do to get a 10? I can tell you a couple things, but this, you know, you won't be a 10 for real. So she feels like she's like a C. And 7.5, nah, in our grading system, that's a D. That's a D. C starts at 77. 77 and up is a C. So you're a D, Amber. I'm sleepy, y'all. Sorry. So their whole episode is still just a piggyback off of her insecurities. And the thing is, I'll get to that later. So they have a conversation about why he rated her the 7.5, and he just talks about the fact that, and he was even talking to the guys about the fact that he feels like he's doing a little bit more, like he's having to give a little bit more of himself because of her insecurities, you know, trying to be there for her, but he's also had to do more around the house that he intended to do. They had a conversation, and Married at First Sight hit us with that good old flashback where they talked about who would do the laundry, and she said she would take over the laundry. Now, in that particular clip that they showed, she never said she would do everyone's laundry. She just said, I'll take over the laundry, but it is assumed that you're going to do everybody's. So the fact that he pointed that out made her feel some kind of way because she knew that she was not holding up her end of the bargain. So she did some self-reflection later on in the episode, and she came back and she apologized for the way that she reacted to being rated a 7.5, rated a D. Amber has some, oh wait, no, I missed something. Wait, I missed something. And I don't want somebody to say, Travis, she didn't say da-da-da-da-da. Oh, so when they're having the conversation about the laundry stuff, she said that she never wanted to do extra stuff as a wife. That's probably why she never wanted to be married. She said something to that effect. And I'm like, then why did you even sign up for the show? But anyway, she ends up apologizing for all of that, and they move on. But I think Amber represents a lot of women, you know, even whether they want to, well, not necessarily women. I'm going to stick with women. There's a lot of women who are insecure because of the things that their previous partners have put them through. And those insecurities begin to play on, like, how they believe other people view them. And I think, unfortunately, that's Amber. And then I think the fact that Amber is older also is a big factor because the biological clock thing is a serious thing that women have to deal with, especially women who know they want children and they know that they don't want to have children outside of like wedlock, so they know that they have to get married and they have to have children before a certain age. So I think all of those different things like play in the back of her mind because she's like, if I'm a bad wife, then he's not going to want to have children with me. Even though she's not saying that on the show, I feel like that's where all of her comes from. I don't feel like I'm making any sense tonight. But she says that she overreacted because she has feelings for him, and he told her that he does have feelings for her as well. So that made her feel good to know that he does have feelings for her. I feel like I have to sneeze. And so on to Trimia. They meet with Pastor Cal one-on-one because obviously they went through more than the other couples. And did they talk to him about the Houston move? I don't know. I wrote down they talked about the Houston move, which is still, you know, I think is a dumb thing. But Mia said, he's home to me. Oh, yeah, they did say something to Pastor Cal about it, and he asked Mia how she felt about it, and she said, he's home to me. Wherever he goes, I go. And y'all, I feel sorry for Mia. I do. I feel sorry for Mia because it's more like I can identify that there is some deep-rooted stuff going on inside of Mia. And it's all playing out in the form of this like attachment, this neediness. It's all attached to that because something happened to her. Something happened to her. Like, she needs a visit from Iyanla. Like, she needs somebody who's going to sit her down and be like, beloved, what kind of woman would stalk another man and then take his credit card and then lie about it? You need to get right with yourself. You need to get right with yourself. It's all in here, Mia. It's all in here. She needs a conversation like that with Iyanla Vanzant. But so in the episode, Tristan talks to his friend Goober. I just knew in my mind exactly what Goober looks like. Hopefully we get to see what Goober looks like so I can confirm or deny, but I'm not going to tell y'all what I think he looks like because it's probably going to offend somebody. But Goober talks to Tristan and tells him that he saw Mia on a dating app. And they said something about swiping, so I think that that's Tinder. So she says she thought it was deactivated. I thought it was deactivated, you know how she talks. And I'm tired. Tristan talks about the cloud, the trust issues. He says he's done. He takes off his wedding ring. And Mia's sad, obviously. They talk to Dr. Jessica. And, you know, like I said, Mia says she thought she deleted it. So everybody's trying to give Mia the benefit of the doubt. And I'm just like, y'all, Mia is a manipulator. She's a master manipulator for whatever reason. But, okay, we're going to roll with it. She forgot it. And Tristan was able to admit that he has resentment building up towards her because of everything that's happened with them. Yeah. I tried to go back to find which video I made my predictions on so I could like see if I still feel the same way, but I couldn't find it. So I'm gonna have to try again to see if I can find what my predictions were because at this point I really don't know. I mean, I know that I don't feel like anybody's gonna be together outside of Babel, but I wanted to see if my predictions matched what was going on right now. But Dr. Jessica said something interesting. She said you shouldn't take off your ring because it's like emotional blackmail. I thought that was an interesting point. But, you know, Tristan forgives me again. You know, no big surprise there. He goes out bowling in his jorts with the fringe. And he does his big daddy dance, which really makes me uncomfortable. It really makes me uncomfortable. And I want him to stop doing these dances. I want Married at First Sight to stop doing this to us. I want Married at First Sight to leave us alone. Okay? I want Married at First Sight to leave us alone when it comes to Tristan and his awkward things that he does. Because it's becoming too much. Leave us alone. I might be tripping, but I could have sworn in the preview for next week they do a shot of him in his drawers. And I'm just like, that's where I draw the line. The line is there. I'm drawing it in permanent marker. Married at First Sight, leave us alone, please. That's all I got, y'all. I'm tired. I'm about to go to sleep. I'm about to go to sleep. Like I said, I'm sitting up in here looking like Winnie the Pooh. Y'all make sure y'all rate, comment, subscribe if you haven't already. I got another video that's unrelated to this coming probably on Thursday again. And thank y'all for watching. And I will talk to y'all later. Peace. Oh, that's rude.